Hello, everybody. Welcome to LettermenRow.com. I am Jeremy Birmingham. This is Birminology. We are whipping around the country talking to Ohio State targets, commits, and players from around the country that you need to know as it pertains to Buckeyes football recruiting. Today, we're out to Park City, Utah, talking to 2022 linebacker Carson Tabaracci. Tabaracci. Boy, I really messed that up. Carson, how are you, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Let's just dive in, man. You're the most recent offer in the class of 2022 for Ohio State, and one of only two guys in the entire 22 class that was offered by the Buckeyes in a busy month of June. You took a visit out for a camp in Columbus. What started the relationship with you and the Buckeyes? And let's just start there. I mean, how did that come to be for a kid from Utah?
I'd say it started a long time ago with Coach Tony. I've known him for a really long time, since I was just a kid. His nephews are my best friends, so I've just known him for a while. Initially, he wasn't really recruiting me, and then I think my recruiting picked up a little bit, and he just started to reach out and see what I thought, and I ended up going out there for a camp.
Yeah, how does that shape your opinion of a place like Ohio State? Obviously, you've heard a lot of good things about the Buckeyes program, I guess, over the years, even before you were a national recruit. I mean, you have 23 offers, including pretty much everyone on the West Coast. But you obviously had some inside information about what Ohio State was. What were you expecting when you went out there and visited, and how did it live up to that?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I really just took it as a business trip. I did my unofficial in the morning, and really it was just the whole day was just about doing the best I could at camp. I knew that's what mattered, and I wanted to meet everyone. I wanted to get to know what the coaches were about, but really that was just a business trip for me.
You went out there, you measured in at like 6'2" and a quarter, 225 some pounds, ran a 4.6 something. Were you expecting that? I mean, I know from talking to people at Ohio State that day, and they were pleasantly surprised at the way you moved, but obviously you know who you are. I mean, was that part of the plan all along for you?
Yeah. I mean, I've been training really hard, trying to get better at the drills, trying to get faster. I was happy with my 40 time. My best one was 4.57, and I was really happy with that. I had a good start, and but I've been training hard for this, so I was just trying to show everybody what I could do.
Obviously, you were there on an unofficial visit. I know you've talked about wanting to get back to Columbus for an official visit in the fall. We can move down that conversation later. But how did the offer from a place like Ohio State change things for you? I mean, I guess, did it change things for you, understanding that even though you have a lot of big offers, including, like I said, pretty much the entire Pac-12, there is a difference in the public perception between Ohio State and a lot of other schools. I mean, did that change anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about evaluating what's good for you, and what's going to be a good fit for me, and it's really I don't like to I'm going to do what's best for me and my family as a decision. It's not going to matter what people say. I'm just trying to look for a great fit.
As you start to break down these offers, Carson, with 24, 25 offers, however many you're up to now, how do you separate schools from each other? What is it that really you're ultimately looking for in a program?
Academics is a big one for me. So I want to look at academics. I want to see their culture, if it's a winning environment, and, I want to be comfortable with the coaches.
Do you have an idea what you want to study? If football doesn't work out and you have to be a normal schlep like me, what do you want to do for a living?
I've been thinking about business major, maybe entrepreneurship.
Do you have an idea for what Carson's first business is going to be? I'd sell donuts. I would have made like a donut shop.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I should do.
You never know. You never know.
You don't. You really don't.
Coming from a place like Utah to Ohio, was it a bit of a culture shock? I mean, it's clearly a little bit different environment. Columbus, I know, Salt Lake City is not a small town by any stretch, but was it different than you expected in Columbus, or was it something that you were kind of prepared for from talking to Coach Alford?
I've never been there before I went in June, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I liked it down there. It was a good place and good people.
With the relationship with Tony Alford and his family, was there sort of an expectation on your part that the offer was going to come when you made that trip, or was it sort of up in the air? I mean, it's kind of a big leap of faith on your part to fly across the country for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was just based on evaluation, but I just wanted to do my best, really.
Now that that offer's there and you start to get back to normal life, I know you got football practice tonight at Park City.
Yeah.
How do you head into this next month? What's on the docket for the season as far as taking official visits around the country, and how do you figure out which places you want to go?
I really haven't gotten there yet, to be honest. I'm still figuring it all out. I'm going to see which dates work for where, and I just really my main focus right now is bring a championship to Park City. So.
Is that something that you guys have been close to? I don't know much about the football there. I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise. I mean, is that a situation where you feel like you guys have a shot to bring that home?
Yeah. So my sophomore year, we lost in the championship, and then last year we lost in the semis, and I think we're going to bring a really good team this year. So.
What is it? What did you learn about college football recruiting in June, Carson? I mean, what was it? Was it different than you expected the whole process to be, or was it sort of kind of one of those things where you like, well, I've read about it on the internet, I guess this is how it's going to be?
It was hectic, I guess. It was crazy all around. Lots going on. There's lots of recruits coming in and out. I mean, every program's just trying to do the best for themselves.
Where all did you visit?
I went to Stanford, UCLA, USC, and then I went to Notre Dame, Northwestern, and then I finished with Ohio State.
What was your favorite meal that you had on the road? Is there one place where you ate during this month of June where you're like, damn, I gotta go back there?
I think, yeah. And when I was in LA, I had it was one of those, it's not a buffet, but it's where they keep bringing you like steaks and stuff. That was awesome.
That actually,
I think it's a Brazilian
steakhouse, steakhouse. Yeah. Like Fogo de Chao or something.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Steaks and stuff is actually the perfect name for your first business. If you're into,
steaks and stuff,
restauranteering or whatever that's called.
Okay.
What was it? What did you like about Al Washington and Carson? Getting the chance to work with him in person and spend a little bit of time with him. You were one of a pretty good group of linebackers that were there the day you got offered. I mean, there was, I think, four guys there that had offers. What did you get out of that time with Al Washington?
He was just passionate about what he was doing. He was all business, and I didn't know much about him when I first got there, and I really liked the chance to, I got to know him. I kind of got to feel what he was about, and it was great.
Have you guys had a chance to catch up since? I mean, or has the conversation been continuing?
Yeah. Just been calling, checking up, most of that stuff.
Obviously, as you look at their roster, I mean, they had a third linebacker committed already in this class. He decommitted and is going to Indiana with his father and his brothers. As you look at that situation, are you looking for a place that right away there's an opportunity to play? Do you care about that kind of stuff? I mean, what's your ideal situation to walk into next season?
I'd love the chance to play early, but I know everything's gonna be earned, and we'll just have to see. I think that's just something for it's something to look at roster wise, but I think that's something for further down the road.
Who's the one player that you grew up watching in Utah? I mean, I don't know much about football in Utah. I know Porter Gustin was from Utah. Is there anyone else out there that you kind of observed and emulated and said, hey, that's a guy I can model myself after?
It's actually funny. I actually work out with Porter Gustin. We work out at the same kind of facility place. And then honestly, I liked watching, the older Park City guys, to be honest. I think we had some really good players, and it was inspiring to me. So,
for Ohio State fans out there that are watching this and are relatively new to the world of recruiting, Ohio State recruited Porter Gustin pretty hard a few years ago. He was down to Ohio State and USC before ultimately picking the Trojans and staying out west. And now he's a Cleveland Brown, so he's back in Ohio anyway. So I guess that works out. Carson, do you have an ideal timeline for you of when this is over? I mean, it's obviously kind of just new for you still, but when do you want this to be done? When do you want to have a choice made?
I'm thinking early fall, but it's hard to say. I don't really have a date picked.
All about making sure you get out to the official visits that you need to take.
Yeah.
Is it in your mind that you want to take all 5, or is it, hey, if I hit one spot and I know it's the right place, then I'm done?
I'm not sure if I've gotten there yet. I'm still figuring it out.
Well, obviously there's a lot to learn here. The last month plus has been a whirlwind for you and for everyone. But as I said, I'm going to try to keep you out of here under about 10 minutes or so. I know you got practice to get to, so I'm going to let you get out of here. That's Carson Tabaracci from Park City, Utah. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. This has been Birminology on Lettermen Row. Thanks for watching.